People become wealthy by accumulating assets. You accumulate assets by buying something and it appreciates in value. You can expedite that and make it happen faster if you use leverage. Leverage is credit. And it is very important to have good credit if you have any intention of ever accumulating any wealth. I discovered this after I destroyed my credit at a very young age. As a married father of two, I ran up a lot of credit card bills and had to get out from under it. And it was all brought to my attention when a sheriff showed up in my front yard and was going to post my house for unpaid Social Security taxes that my business partner had levied on me. At that point in my life, I decided I had to take charge of my credit and make sure that I could buy anything I wanted to invest in, but I had to have good credit. It took a lot of work. It was basically done by Nita and my wife. Now, though, they have people that, through the use of technology, can help you do that. With that in mind, I wanted to help you learn how to use smart credit. And I asked a young lady by the name of Hameda to come and help us. Let me introduce you to her.
Okay, well, thanks so much for having me here. And yes, thankfully, we've come a long way since those days, and you can actually take control of your credit very easily today and for very low cost as well. So let me show you guys our platform as to how you can do that, depending on the different things that are going on with your credit. If you see here, I am sharing my screen, and this is the way our platform looks when you log in. Now, we have two main features that we help you build your credit with, and they account for 65% of your overall credit score. So, for example, the score boost here, if you are looking to boost your score quickly, hence the name, this deals with your credit utilization, which is 30% of your overall credit grade. So you can see here, this test account has $15,000 in credit card debt. Obviously, your situation might be different and your points available might be different. But depending on what budget you have to pay off your cards, you just move the dial and let's say this is my budget to pay my cards. It tells me how much to put on which cards, when to pay it by, and then when that institution is going to report. So what we've done is we figured out when every financial institution is going to report this to the credit bureaus, and we have you pay just a few days before so that it clears and you have the lowest balance possible showing, which helps lower your overall credit utilization. And then we've also calculated by how many points just about your credit will go up if you follow that plan.
Okay. Wow. No, I didn't have that available in December.
And likewise, if you are going to go on some sort of spending spree, it'll tell you which card to put it on because you have the most time to pay it back. But it also says, hey, if you don't pay it back and you just let it sit there, this is how many points you're going to lose on your credit score. So this is a great tool to use. Let's say you're about to go into a loan process or you're trying to get an apartment or anything like that. You can quickly just pay the amounts on your cards and do it by a specific date, and then you can gain those points quickly. I'll give you guys a short story. When I first started working here, my credit score was pretty good. I was a 740. I had no negatives. Everything was fine. I paid my credit cards off on time every month. But for the life of me, I could not figure out how to get it any higher. And then when I started to use this, I quickly went up to a 790. And the only thing that I changed was when I was paying my cards, because what I had done is I had changed the due date to the last possible date. And so by the time the institutions were reporting to the credit bureaus, they were showing the bigger balance before I paid it. And so that's why I was losing those 50 points. It was a huge difference.
So how many days difference did that make? And just so I can understand.
Well, it was different because I had like 6 or 7 credit cards, so it was different for every card. But my score went up about 50 points just by following the plan.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And so now the other part of your credit score grade that's very important is your payment history. That's 35%. So we've built the score builder, which also deals with that. So when you first go through it, it's going to walk you through a bit of a tutorial. I'll go through it kind of fast because I don't want to bore you guys, but it'll show you, what's helping your score. These are all the accounts that are in good standing. And then also what's hurting your score. Now, most places would stop there and then just give you some advice as to what you can do, to better your score or hire someone to do it, or you have to do it yourself and spend time and money and whatnot. But with us, we can keep going and get a result. So let's take an action. And what we do is we basically communicate with your creditors. Now, we don't communicate to the bureaus on your behalf, but for example, right here, we see it's a 90-day late with Citibank. Let's say this was identity theft. I would click that, or I want to offer them, a lower payment to pay off this debt or whatnot. Or let's say I was 90 days late and I just want to get a goodwill correction. I would click there. I would select a reason. Or if I don't see my reason there, I would type my own. And then when I hit next, I'm going to hit confirm mail delivery. And then when I do that, we're going to send either a letter or a fax to Citibank on your behalf requesting this goodwill removal. If they approve it, they will then notify all the bureaus about it.
Wow. Okay. So if they value as you as a customer, they'll probably do exactly as you ask.
Right.
Okay. That's interesting.
Obviously it's not 100%, but
No.
it does work.
Yeah.
So those are really the building of your score, things that we offer. Now down here, you're going to notice that we have additional tools to help you manage your finances and also protect this great new score that you got. Because let's say this was your account and you get to the 800s or the 790 or whatever it might be. Now you've got something to lose. You've got something that thieves want, and you've got something to protect. So we are going to give you $1 million of ID fraud insurance. It's going to cover your entire household. Now, there are other companies out there that charge anywhere from $10 to $25 a month just for their service alone. It's included in your membership. And then the other thing that we're going to give you is the money manager. Now, this is a place where you can manage all of your financial life from one simple dashboard. And you can connect your checking, savings accounts, any investments like a Ameritrade or anything like that. Any real estate or things that you own, you could just put it in manually, loans and credit cards. And then you can also get reminders on payments due so you don't have late payments, and get really nice reports of your spending and where everything is going. However, I think the most important part of this particular feature, besides having everything from one dashboard, is really going to be when you connect your credit card or your checking and savings accounts, you're going to have all of your transactions being monitored in here, which is great to prevent fraud. Because what I've done on my account, for example, is I've set up alerts. So you just go to alert settings, and I would put it at 0. You can put whatever number you want, but it means that unless something is over that amount, you're not going to get the alert. So usually every morning I get a text message and an email about all the transactions that happen in all my credit cards and all my accounts, so that I can quickly see if there's any fraud and catch it as it's happening. Also, if you share credit cards with anyone, you can see their charges.
Okay. All right. I don't think people recognize the importance of this. I just had this happen on my American Express card. I saw a charge I did not recognize, and as I searched it, I found it came out of Dubai, and I haven't been there ever, so I knew it, and I hadn't done anything on the internet, and I contacted American Express, and we opened an investigation. And what really struck me as strange is that the charge was only $49, and I think a lot of people would have just let it go, or if it was $19.95, just let it go. And this is a real asset you've got there.
Yeah, and that's how they start, though. They start with a smaller amount, see what they can get away with, and then they move their way up from there.
Yeah, yeah. And as I said, this was American Express, and I thought, wow, that can't. But yeah, it can get anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And I will show you guys one last thing that we have. It's also to protect your identity. Now, I will have to log into my personal account really quick. So give me 1 second as I do that and show you guys this other feature that we've added also for your protection. This is called the Privacy Master. So what this is going to do is, again, keep your identity safe. So there's all these sites out there that are selling your personal information, such as where you currently live, where you used to live, who your parents, who your children are, and if you have children, a lot of times even where they go to school. So there's all this information out there that could make it really easy for someone to steal your identity. So what we do is we search for that information, and we send you a screenshot of what it looks like, and then if you see that that's you, you could have it removed. So you can see I've been removed from 21. I kept one because it wasn't me. Where's that one that I kept so I can show you guys what it looks like? This one. So you can see here, this one here. So this is how it kind of looks. It's this person, it's all these people that are not me. So I was like, okay, keep it.
Explain to me again, what is this? This is people taking your information and representing you fraudulently elsewhere?
Well, no, it's people finder sites. So they're sites that sell your information. So if you type in like my name or your name,
Yeah.
and you go on one of these sites, it'll say, oh, this is Kerry, and here's all the potential people that it might be. You would click on one, and then you pay $20 or $30, and then once you do that, it opens up a lot of information about you, such as where you live right now, where you used to
live. I'm familiar with People Finder. I've seen that. And
Yeah.
so through you, I can have that information removed?
Yes.
Okay. Huh. All right. Very interesting.
It's kind of a violation of your privacy. But what
It
if you don't
certainly
want
is.
people knowing where you currently live and some stalker showing up or whatever,
Well, yeah, and well, it's actually an issue that I deal with on a daily basis as a YouTuber. I have a lot of people out there who
Mhm.
represent themselves as me, and say, "Hey, contact me, and I'll actually give you some personal financial advice," which I do not do. So that would be of value to me. Okay, very good, very good. So now my immediate question on that is, how can I trust you? What, how do I know? I'm giving you all my financial information. I'm giving you access to my accounts. How do I know you're safe?
Sure. So our company has been around for 20 years and we've
Okay.
never had a problem. So we're very solid, been around for a long time. We have the highest, security, and we're always going through audits and things like that. So we're
Okay.
very secure. We've been doing it for a long time. We've serviced over 4 million people in that time. So definitely
Okay.
know what we're doing.
Tell me what's the demographic of your clients?
The biggest majority would be people between the ages of 25 to 55, but the biggest concentration would be the 35 to 44 crowd. And these are people that they're starting their lives, they're starting to buy a home, they're starting a family. This is obviously when credit becomes most important, because that's when you're leveraging that to buy the things that you need to build your family and build your house, your car, all these things that you need to get.
Okay, so you've sold me. Now tell me what I should do as a individual that's 38, has 2 children, wants to boost his credit. What's my next step?
Well, your next step would be obviously to sign up. I mean, we're going to give you a 7-day, $1 trial, which is only available through Kerry's link. If you go directly to the site, the trial is not available. You just have to pay the $27.95 through Kerry's link. You get a discount. You save over $60 a year. And I would say, build your credit, or even if you already have good credit, you need the monitoring, because we're doing credit monitoring and we're doing monitoring on all your transactions, keeping you private. So building your credit is part of it, just like having braces. You get the braces on for a couple of years, but now you got to wear this retainer the rest of your life or your teeth get crooked again. It's the same thing.
That's an interesting analogy. It sounds like something that you are familiar with.
Braces twice, actually.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. This is a part of our audience that we're building, and so I want to pass this on as good financial advice. That's our objective, to help you make good financial decisions. All right.
I'll say one more thing, Kerry, for anyone wondering, this is a question that comes up a lot. Checking your credit score through Smart Credit does not affect your points at all. You can check it every day if you want. It's nothing's going to happen.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I wish you were around in 1972 when I was in such trouble. But I had my wife. She got me out of it.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Anything
you.
else you want to add?
No, I think we've covered a lot. If you guys have questions, make sure to ask in the comments, and I'm happy to answer. I always check them. So yeah, let me know.
Okay. Very good.